In this clip, we learn about the true power of loss and think about its application to negotiation. If you enjoy, click the like button below and hit subscribe. Within this training program, we've referred to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. The 5th habit, as detailed by Stephen, is seek first to understand, then be understood. Stephen tells a great story here. Stephen and his son have a talk, and Stephen can't get through to his son about some issue that they're having. He then goes to a friend for advice. He tells a friend, I just can't understand my son sometimes. He won't listen to me. The friend says, hold on a second, let me get this straight. You can't understand your son because he won't listen to you. I thought to understand someone, you have to listen to them. For us to understand someone, we have to listen to them. It's common sense really, but most of the time this is how our relations play out. We often get mad at people because they don't think the way we think. We all see the world very differently. We all see the world through our own perceptions and opinions based on our own experiences. You can't understand someone else unless you really listen to what they have to say. Try to understand their perspective first. Try to understand how they're feeling and why, using all the skills we've learned so far in listening and emotional intelligence. This is called empathic listening. In order to get somebody to buy something from you, or to negotiate a price, or change the way they feel about something, it's important to understand from their point of view. Most people don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply before the other person even finishes. So, before you judge, before you act, before you contribute, just simply listen. Let's look at psychological factors that are hard-coded into us that you can use. One of the biggest drivers of a negotiation and where you can get people to agree to your terms is the fear of loss. This is where you can really utilize that to your advantage, because there is a significant difference of how people view losses and gains. There's a Nobel Prize-winning behavioral economics theory that says people put the value of losses at least twice to what an equivalent gain is. But then they've unofficially said, really, it's actually 5 to 7 times as much, and they just wrote down twice as much because they wanted fewer arguments. So losing £5 stings at least twice as much as gaining £5. The simplest way to use fear and the power of loss is to simply point out how not doing this deal is in fact costing them every day. If you do nothing, you lose. If you don't address this issue, it's going to cost you more. So when the status quo becomes a loss, then people are more likely to make a decision, to make a move because of this theory. Just because the theory of loss in our head is so huge. This example is very visual when you look at any sort of sporting championships like the Olympic Games or the Commonwealth Games. The second place is always far less happy than third, because second place looks as if they just missed out on winning gold a bit more. And I could have been first. I could have been gold. Whereas the third place looks at gaining that above fourth place. Third place is happy to have received a medal at all. Second place feels like they've lost out because they could have been first. And this power of loss drives us every single day.